nice and warm. Nice and cold. Let's see how that works out. Ha! That was the easiest thing in my life. I have 3D printed this at home, but there are also kits on Amazon or AliExpress that you can buy. As 10-inch wheels will be taller, you will need to extend your kickstand and also lift up your rear fender in order to fit. And you will also need longer bolts. Unfortunately, in my case, these bolts didn't fit because they have this hexagon shaped head, and if we put spacer in between, then it becomes too short. I don't have suitable bolts now, so let's do something else. I wanted to inflate that rear tire and see how it looks. Alright. I don't know what's this thing, but that's a quality defect on the tire. I will need to leave a review at AliExpress. Other than that, the tire looks good. So now let's go to the front one. It's 18, oh my god. Who uses 18 millimeters? If you have ever tried to mount Xiaomi M365 original tires, you know that's the pain.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
You know what? You should take it to the opposite side of the cable. The next struggle I had is to take out the inflation valve, and I will show you a hint later in the video how to avoid that, but I decided to cut the tube and pull it out with a pair of pliers. And if taking it out was only a matter of cutting and using pliers, putting the new tube in seemed impossible due to a small plastic piece inside, which at first I tried to take out with some filing and then drilling, but I was afraid that it will damage the disc. And there is actually a much easier way to do that. You just need to unscrew the motor cap bolts, take the cap away and pull out the small plastic piece, which actually later you can even put back in when you have your inner tube in. That will be the easiest and the least risky procedure to put in the new valve. One really great thing about the 10-inch tires that you can mount them basically with your hands. You don't need any tools, and for me this kind of is a really huge benefit for them against the old 8.5 or whatever size they are. For the first few months they work really well, but afterwards they just get flat after flat, and mounting them is really painful. These tires is easy to put on and take off. You know what? I put it on the opposite way. See? Drive. I need to drive backwards now. I'm a f***ing idiot. It took me only about 6 minutes to remount the tire completely. I installed the wheel back in, but before you do so, I recommend you replace the bolt with which the fender is fixed to the scooter with some lower profile bolt. It does not touch my tire, but it's a really tight gap. Bigger gap here than here. The only part touching the wheel in my case was this fender, which I ended up heating up a little bit with a heat gun and then bending it slightly. Just don't overdo it. In order to put the rear wheel on, you will have to lift up the fender. This is where the 3D printed part comes in. You just need to unscrew those 3 bolts, put in the 3D printed part, and replace the bolts with the longer ones. And that's not all. When I installed the tire back in, it was touching the rear light cable. I think it's rubbing against that connector here. So I spent a little bit of time trying to find a way how do I put this cable on. I ended up taking off some plastic mount and adding some hot glue. Right now I try to move it down there, just below the deck. I don't know how long will that last, but if it gets broken, then I will look for better solution. I'll try to see how long does it last. Alright, so one final thing to do is to check if I can get bolts for kickstand. Okay, let's give it a try. Too long. I think we got this. This is 6 by 25. In theory you should get better grip, and it feels like it is. And also I feel less of bumps on the road. It goes smoother over different missing tiles and stuff. I like it actually. I like the way it rides for the time being. It feels faster, and I don't know if that's just because I'm standing a bit higher or rather any other reason. So what I will do, I will charge both of my scooters, the black one, the white one, and I will make a follow-up video. Well, I will try to compare, what's the key differences between the 8.5 and the 10-inch tires. If you would like to be informed when I launch this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell button, and you will get notification in YouTube when I do it. Now ride safe, and I see you in the next one.